Howdy folks, and welcome back to ArcheRAGE. Now, I've gotten a few questions on the channel asking me about the private server and the population, about classes, stuff like that. Um, so let's talk about population first. All right, population's probably going to be the easiest one to touch. I am a property owner. This is my house. I actually got this one. It cost me 1,500 gold. I got this 8x8 right here and this 8x8 back here behind it. Okay, that's just because you can find 8x8s everywhere. I mean, I could probably find more of them right now if I had another 8x8 in my inventory. But, yeah, as far as that goes, you can find 8x8s, but you're not going to find a 16 anywhere. I've tried. I've been in almost every peace zone searching, and they're just not there. I did, however, see a demo happening over here, but somebody beat me to it and put up a house. So that was another 1,500 gold that I had to put down. And then I got my own little scarecrow, and I demoed the house, put the scarecrow up. So now I've got a 16 farm with my 16 house that's over here. So it's packed. There's not a whole lot of land available. There's always stuff going up for sale. Now, right now, you're not going to see that in chat. I haven't switched over to the party tab because you never know what those guys are going to say. So I try to avoid that. But there's always stuff up for sale. These plots are all owned by this person who set their house to public. And they are active. They're always out here doing stuff. All of these are always rotating crops, getting trees, all kinds of stuff. All right. There's people here. There's different people here. None of these are going up for demo. It's nuts. There's nothing available. And the very rare chance you get of finding a demo, chances are somebody else has spotted it too, and they're probably going to beat you to it. At least one of them will, because there's always a lot of people doing it. The other thing, something I've never seen on the official server, if you come over to the community center and you can check your development, rank 3. Granted, I don't have a property in Liliot on the official. I've got one in Animar. Animar? I don't know. I've got one there. I got quite a bit of property there. But I've never seen even rank 2, let alone rank 3. So, and it got there pretty quick. I mean, it doesn't take much time. There's always people over here, always running packs. Now, remember, the private server does not allow alt accounts. So, every account you see is supposed to be its own IP. Supposed to be. At the very least, it's run on a different computer. Another way that I can tell about the population. Now, the reason I have to do this, gauging what the population might be, is because the actual numbers are not public information. And I asked about it, and they will not release the actual numbers, and they shouldn't. Because it's not going to be accurate. You're going to have numbers reflecting probably twice as much as what you actually have, simply because people do try to make alt accounts. And there's people who do move on. They stop playing the game. So, getting an accurate online active number of players is actually pretty difficult to do, and any number they could give me would be misleading. So I'm not going to push for it. I'm not going to say, oh, Potential customers want to know. And if you want to know, come to the server and see for yourself. This always changing. There's always different trees over here, different plants. I mean, it's crazy. There's, like I said, what the heck? Oh, that's another one of those things. Um, the big one though is what I'm headed to right now, and I'm sorry it's taken me a minute to get over there. Oh yeah, the other thing, the public farms always have stuff in them. Animals, plants, trees. There's always stuff in the public farms. I don't ever see that anywhere except the starting zones on the official, and it's that first one you have to do for the blue salt. So the public farms here do get used quite a bit, and that's how you start out making your money. This over here, the excavation site, this is what I judge it on. All right, last night I was on the official. I had 2 of my alt accounts running, and I was able to run both of them, 2,000 labor, through all of the excavation site without running into another player who was online. I mean, there were 3 or 4 aways scattered around, but I think that this right now, of course, now that I'm trying to talk about the population of the server, this is the first time since I joined this server that I have come over to the excavation site and there's not been at least one other person over here mining, actively mining. So, man, this is not. Oh, there we go. As soon as I say that, there's one there. Oh, and the quest. Let me see if I can get that. Nope, not that one. Let's try here. Nope, not that one. I'm trying to get the, well, darn it. Give me. None of them? Really? Oh my god. Wow. You know what I'm talking about. It's the mining quest that you can get from a Fortuna vein. Jeez, I'm just not getting a Fortuna. I mean, I'm getting plenty of iron and raw stone, which I need, because I'm wanting to upgrade the house I have. I don't want it to be just a regular 16. I want it to be a raised. So, in order to do that, I need to get some building materials. There it is, but he got it. So, okay, there it is. That's what I wanted. I want to accept that, mine that, and then I want to get out of here. Because that's the other thing is, with as fast as the mining is, you're going to be stumbling over each other. You can't have 2 people mining in this area at the same time, because they're going to run out of stuff to mine. It just happens. But like I said, there's always at least one person in here mining, and I guess I managed to get on at just the right time that there was only one person. Oh look, I can go ahead and turn in the quest too. Let's go ahead and do that. Get the mining drill. Alright, we're good. So, yeah, population, it's there. I've run Aegis a few times. I've run Whalesong Harbor. I did the Crimson Rift. And the raids are always full, and there's still people looking to join after it's full. And again, no alts and no AFK. The people who are actually in the raids are there, contributing. So, I mean, you could sit there and argue, okay, well, they just have multi-box, they're just multi-boxing or something like that. Well, okay, yeah, there could be that. I'm not going to deny the possibility. But at the same time, it's quite tedious to multi-box that many accounts in order to fill up a raid. And to have all of them contributing. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it for population. As far as I'm concerned, the population here is definitely higher than the official. There are more people, there's a lot more going on. It's older content comparatively, but you can actually get it done because there's people here to do it, you know. So it's one of those other comments that I saw was somebody had said it's not even worth playing the private servers because the official server is so much better. It's really not. Straight up, it's not. I've got all that land on the official server that I'm preparing to sell simply because I'm going to log out of it and wait for the next publisher because Gamago is not living up to what I hoped they would do. They have failed pretty hard. They tried to screw me around with some of my property. I'm not pleased with them. I don't like the way they're doing things. And then I've seen plenty of other people complaining about them. But yeah, the official up to date, sure, but it's run by people who want to line their own pockets. So there's that. The next question was about classes. All right, straight up, there are hundreds of classes in ArcheRAGE, or ArcheRAGE rather. The way that the class system is set up, there are hundreds of combinations for classes. So, asking me what's the best class to play, it's which one do you like? What do you want to do? Okay, let me get over to a Priestess of Nui so I can show you the different classes. I think there's another way to do it, but I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. I say classes. Skill trees is the term. Alright, so we come over to the Priestess of Nui. Let me go ahead and do the quest real quick. Oh, that's what I was trying to get to, but not just yet. There we go. Okay, so right now I am what's called a blighter, which is defense, battle rage, and shadow play. Okay, now I can go and swap out defense for songcraft, and that will give me a different class. It's more of an active healing than a passive. This is damage mitigation. This one's actually got some healing to it. So does vitalism. All right, but I am a melee type. That's what I do. So you just pick which trees you want and you create it. I mean, you just make the thing up as you go and play what works for you. If you want to be a healer, go with vitalism, songcraft, and aromancy. Yeah, whichever. That is, I think, the straight healing combination is those three. If you want something that is ranged, with the way I do it, I get archery, shadow play, and songcraft. I like that combination. But I don't use that very often. That's what I was starting with. Now I'm using shadow play, battle rage, and defense, and I can burn down regular mobs fairly quickly without taking too much damage myself. Kind of tanky, but it's mainly a melee DPS. Now, if I went defense, aromancy, battle rage, that's pretty much a tank. Alright, and then there's the occultism, sorcery, witchcraft. That's your ranged magic trees. Really, I can't say what's the best to use, what you should use. The best I can tell you is there are tons of cookie cutters on Reddit. Go for it. Knock yourself out. If you're not confident in building your own, go to Reddit, find the ArcheRAGE subreddit, and then classes, and see what people are recommending to do. People are always linking their calculators to show you how they built it and what they think the best skills are, rotations and all that stuff. Me personally, what I like to do is go through and read each skill, see what it does, see if it's what I want, you know. That's why my skill trees are so barren. I don't have all of these selected. I don't have all these selected. I've got 4 of each because that's what I needed to get all of these, the passives. That's what I focus on, is getting the passives up. Over here, I ran out of skill points. So I just used an extra one because Boastful Roar is supposed to be somewhat useful, but I never use it. It's these 3 that I wanted. The Refreshment, Revitalizing Cheer, and Toughen. Alright. Those are the 3 things that I use from defense. The rest of these, I use the offensive abilities. I use this one all the time for these low-level mobs, like over in the excavation site. I just hit that button and it's instantly dead. This one, I have not used it. I have it. I hadn't used it. I use stealth every once in a while. Helps me get around. But, I mean, for the most part, I really don't use that either. This one I'm using whenever I'm doing one of the raids. But yeah, for what I do, these 2 right here, the what is this, Throw Dagger and Charge, those are really the only 2 offensive skills that I use unless I'm in a raid. I don't have a need for anything else, because I'm not actively hunting. Now, if I go out to Aurora and I start mob farming, trying to get purses and all that, yeah, I'll probably use all 6 of these, but not all on the same mob. So that covers skill. There was something else. I had done forgot what it was. Let me take a look. Okay, that was all that I had mentioned at the beginning of the video. But there were a couple other things that I thought about. People were concerned about Trojans, viruses, stuff like that. And I'll be honest with you, I've been playing private servers of games since Ragnarok Online, the first time around, when Gravity went and shut down all the private servers. And then whenever Gravity said, you know what, never mind, go ahead and do it, and they opened back up. That's when I started playing private servers. And for the most part, you're not going to have a problem with that, because the people who are running the private server, once it gets up to a certain size especially, they're not going to do anything to betray your trust, because they want you to make donations. They want you to recommend them so that other people will make donations. You know, they're going to do the best that they can to make the best gaming experience for you, just so that you'll bring more people, because that's what their goal is more players. They want to beat the official. They want to be better than what the official is. Just so, I guess, bragging rights is one aspect of it, but mainly it's for the donations, because when you get that many more players, you're going to have that many more donations. And that's how they run these servers. This is how some of these people live, because they are not officially paid. They can't be. They're not allowed to be, because then you start getting into copyright infringements and stuff like that. So, when it comes to the fear of Trojans or viruses, stuff like that, you really don't need to worry about that. I mean, you can scan it if you want, and if your antivirus pops something, go ahead and go onto the forums and ask them, hey, what's going on? No, what is this? And you'll get an answer. You'll be fine. I'm not going to sit here and just flat out say, trust me, it's clean, because who knows, you might have something else on your computer. I don't know what you're doing. you might be browsing porn sites. Whatever. That's where you're going to get most of your viruses from anyway. Playing private servers, as long as I've been playing them, I have never once gotten a virus, Trojan, any kind of malware from the private server. Not once. I've been doing this for over a decade and a half. That's a long time to be playing on private servers and not get any malware at all. So, just based on my own experience, I kind of laugh at people who sit there and say, I'm worried about Trojans or viruses, stuff like that. It's like, it's not going to happen. And if it does, you were doing something else. It wasn't the actual game. So, yeah. And the other issue that I thought of, aside from that, let me take a look, because I saw a comment that made me think of it. Yes, I have my phone out and I'm looking at it. You'll have to forgive me for that. Yes, there's a lot of people here. There's Trojan and viruses. Yeah, that's the... Okay, yeah, it's... I thought I had something else, I guess not. Yeah, something I found out, and I think I mentioned this in the previous video. Whenever you're expanding your inventory and you click the expand bag, you can expand it for gold up to 25 gold, which is 100 slots. I have 120 because I used 2 expansion tickets. After you reach 25 gold, which is this line right here, you have to use the expansion tickets from the cash shop. Alright. But, like I said, I think I mentioned that in the previous video. And you know what? Nobody's name is on these, so I'm going to go ahead and cut them down because I need lumber. A lot of it. And really, you planted it out here. What else am I going to do? I'm going to take your trees. Yeah, I really don't think I've got anything else for you on this. I mean, if you have any questions, by all means, ask. And I will try and answer them to the best of my ability. As far as my name, it's right there. I had somebody ask me that, too. What's my name? And there it is. Plain as day. I don't know how else to show you that. It's in the name of my channel, too. So, most of the people I've found here, pretty friendly. Some of them, there's a couple of jackasses, and I've got one in mind. But that's okay. I got him too. He couldn't handle being trolled back, so whatever. And that's the thing is, don't engage the trolls and you'll be fine. That's the same with any game. That's not just ArcheRAGE or ArcheRAGE. If you're not capable of standing up for yourself, then don't engage the trolls. Okay? Don't feed into people's crap if you're not able to take it. That's my biggest complaint. Is people across every game out there, people are going to sit there and whine and bitch and complain about, oh my god, the players are so toxic, this game is horrible. It's not the game. There are toxic players. There are people who are just complete scumbags that aren't happy unless they make everybody around them miserable. Don't let them. Ignore them. Seriously. You can block them. There's so many different answers to that. Why are you complaining to the game admin? Why are you complaining on forums about you actually engaging the toxic people? That's your own fault. If somebody made you cry, it's because you let them. Alright? Don't do it. Stay away from it. You see how they're acting, just go silent. Alright? It's not that big a deal. Talk to somebody else. We've got one person here. People like to joke around about how they're blocking everybody. Well, if you're going to act toxic, then yeah, you're going to get blocked. They're not going to talk to you. Don't even want to see what you have to say, let alone engage. There's solutions. You don't need to complain about that. That's not the game's fault. It's not the admin's fault. It's your own fault for letting them get to you. We don't accommodate snowflakes anywhere. Sorry, personal, but I get really annoyed when people expect somebody else to protect them from bullies. Grow up. Get over it. Just enjoy the game. If you can't, don't play it. Alright? But anyway, yeah, that's going to be it for me from today. I kind of rambled on there at the end. I get my personal thoughts in there, get a little annoyed at things. But if you enjoyed the episode, please go ahead and leave a like, subscribe. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comments below. I will get back to you as soon as I see them and I'm able to answer. But yeah, that's going to do it. We'll see you next time, folks. Bye now.